Sorry guys, forgot to hit the go live button. And you guys just missed my very long explanation on where I'm sitting at in my deep charts journey. So I do apologize for that. My Signal members heard it all. But forgot to hit the go live button. So good morning, J-Lo's. Todd, good morning. Keith, John, Joe, Steve. Dang. "20 minutes of talking to nobody on YouTube. That's pretty awesome. You guys missed my whole morning kind of roadmap for the NQ and the ES, but really quickly, I'll just kind of go over where kind of like the weekly bands are sitting at, so I don't go through everything here. We've got obviously a bunch of sellers over here on the ES at the 75.60 to the 75.23, and we've got buyers sitting down here at the 73.02 to the 72.60. These are all weekly bands. Tradable level sitting below price action at the 73.50. And then we've got a tradable level at the 75.93. So that's the ES. The NQ. NQ's got some buyer unbalanced weekly volume at the 29.047 to the 28.959. We do have a tradable level at the 29.979. Got another weekly band up here at the 31.94 to the 31.28 with a tradable level at the 31.43, sitting right at it. And then lastly in gold, we've got a buyer unbalanced volume area at the 40.26 to the 39.94. A pretty big area here to kind of get through to get to this seller band at the 42.16 to the 41.86. So that's the ES, the NQ, and the and gold. And my apologies, I didn't have that on the screen. All right, so I'll give you the brief rundown on what I was explaining with deep charts. I've got some updates on my kind of journey with it here. So I did download the Deep Dom over the weekend. I do have some limitations. So far, I really like it. I know that you kind of have to bear with me here on my charts because currently, deep charts is only taking up like 1.5 of my monitors right now. The rest is all filled with NinjaTrader. So once and if I make the switch to deep charts, which does seem like a pretty strong possibility right now, this will be formatted, I think, a lot nicer for you guys. There is some limitations right now because I'm currently on just level 1 data with the Blue Sky DX feed connection. I did get an email from Iron Beam this morning saying that their CQG connection does not integrate to Deep Chart. So he said if you want to use the Deep Chart and you want to trade your broker account through them, it's got to be a Rhythmic connection. So I ended up submitting a new request for the Rhythmic connection to be added to my account. It's a little bit more expensive, so the CQG connection with Iron Beam is $10, Rhythmic is $25 a month, and regardless of the two packages, or regardless of the two connections, the level 2 data is $39, so I'd have to pay for that. Once I get the level 2 data connection put into deep charts, then I will get the full heat map picture that I need to see. But as of right now, what I see, I know that it's not on your chart. It might be a little hard to see, but it is extremely nice. I really like it, and it just seems very, very easy to use, very clean. So it's so far it's kind of a winner. Kind of a winner as of right now. Some other things that I did, I was able to get my footprints installed here on deep charts. I don't think that this is going to be the final version of it. This was kind of like the default. I mean, there's some settings that I needed to change, but this is kind of like their default view of it. Now you can do this as a volume profile footprint. You could do it as a delta footprint. You can do it orders. I mean, they have a lot of different types of configurations to it. A few things that I don't like. I'll start with the things that I don't like. I don't necessarily like this color scheme right now, because if you guys look, you know, these down footprints are in purple. So, you know, the deep charts color scheme is purple for down, green for up. I really like that color scheme. In fact, I've changed most of my charts on NinjaTrader, TradingView to mimic that. I like it. There's nothing that I don't like about it. Let's see. Okay, we're centered. There's nothing that I don't like about it. Now, visually though, when I am trying to take a scalp, and this is moving very quickly, I think that the purple blends too well in with the rest of the footprint. So it kind of makes it a little difficult in a way to see what truly is a down or up candle. And again, that could just be being picky, but that's kind of what I see. So that's right now the only con. Now, the only good thing to that con is that very easily changeable. So like I said, I don't think this is going to be the final product. There's a lot of stuff on this footprint that I personally don't need to see. And I think based on that, on what I can kind of remove and customize on the colors, I think I can make this look very similar to what I'm used to in NinjaTrader. Okay, so kind of a big difference here between NinjaTrader and what the deep chart footprints look like. Now, what are some things that I really like about it? Well, one, they have an indicator that you can put onto your footprint or your candles, which is called on candle stats, and it'll give you the delta information right on the footprint. And why do I feel like this is beneficial to me? Well, if I switch over to NinjaTrader and I go to, like, let's say the 30, what I normally do is I'm looking up here first to see what the reaction is at a key level or a unbalanced volume area, fair value high, fair value low, whatever point of interest that I want to take a trade from. I first look here, and then I have my eyes kind of come back down to here and to see what delta is actually doing on that particular footprint. And, you know, this, even though this might only take a couple of milliseconds to get done and react, I believe initially that having it all in one area, so seeing the result of the footprint in real time with the data right here attached to that footprint, I kind of feel like that would be beneficial to me. I think that I can make that. I think that would be a good addition. Do I like the busyness on the chart with the stats? No. Do I wish that I can eliminate some of these other data points in here that I don't need to use? Yes, and I can't. For some reason, I don't see the option to get rid of these additional data points that I don't necessarily need. So does it add a little busyness to the chart? Yes, but I think I'm gonna, you know, unfortunately there's things that I do for YouTube that, you know, to make it pleasing on the eye for YouTube, but at the end of the day, I'm a trader first, and I think if this is gonna help me with my reactions a little bit quicker, I'm all for it. What are some other benefits that I see over this footprint over NinjaTrader? Well, for one, it corresponds, or it works really well with the drawing tools in Deep Chart. For those of you that have been using the NinjaTrader footprints, that like how I have, you should all know the drawing tools on a footprint chart are very, very terrible. So if you, let's just say, for instance, if you were going to map out like a rectangular area of support or resistance, this box, as you can see on my chart, is moving already. It's for one reason or the other, it doesn't like floating drawing tools. I don't know why, but fixed drawing tools, and I don't know if I'm explaining myself very correctly or not, but like my y-axis, which I use a lot, okay, to spot unbalanced volume, this works perfectly fine. It doesn't move, it stays in place. The fixed volume profile tool works, I would say 95% of the time, and it works pretty well. The only issue is if you are in a developing AVT leg and you put this, then it gets a little wonky. But once the setup completes and you go to your data points that you need, it works just, I think it works just fine. It works great. But on Deep Charts, the nice thing is that all my charts look the same, you know, so I'm not missing any data on my charts. They're all kind of built the exact same way. And the drawing tools, I think, work just a little bit nicer and easier. So we'll see. We'll kind of see how this goes. But as of right now, I like it very much. Morning, Trader 007. Yes, Nordic, I downloaded Addis. I spent about a good 4 hours on a Friday night or Saturday night. And I ended up actually purchasing Addis. I got the subscription. I think they offered like a 7-day trial. And I ended up canceling it the same night because how do I say this in the nicest way? I think they're trying to emulate NinjaTrader. This is just my opinion. It seems like the platform could be very, very intensive, like NinjaTrader, but the workflow and the ease of use, in my opinion, was lacking on Addis. That's just my opinion. What I found, I gave it about a good 3-4 hours of messing around with it, looking at YouTube videos, tutorials, like quick start tutorials. Started getting the charts kind of set up, like on how I would like to use them. And for one reason or the other, it did not fit it didn't suit my eye. So I ended up canceling that one. And as of right now, I think Deep Charts is, I think, the clear winner. Now, it does have some limitations. Don't get me wrong. Trade of 8 is a big one for me. You know, not supporting Trade of 8. But I guess in the end, nothing's going to be 100% perfect. And one other thing I want to say is I don't, there's nothing super wrong with NinjaTrader, so don't get me wrong. There's nothing on NinjaTrader that I could say I hate. I really like it. I mean, I might even do like a comparison video once I get a lot more comfortable with deep charts. And you know, obviously the glaring differences are going to be NinjaTrader has a very, very large and unique ecosystem on indicators and bots and everything anything that you want to do in NinjaTrader you can do for a cost, you know, and sometimes for free. So there is that, you know, like I really love this little ATR indicator that I downloaded. It's not the greatest because I actually have to delete it and reinstall it on every single time I open up my chart. It's a bug on one of the last couple of updates on NinjaTrader. So there's that, but I love this. I mean, I think this is clean. I could put whatever time frame I want on the ATR right here. For my trading purposes, it works really well. I don't like sub panels to see an ATR. I mean, I think you're robbing your chart of precious real estate for no reason. You know, and there's just a lot of stuff built for NinjaTrader. The trade copier, which is another it's a big deal. Okay. The trade copier is a really big deal. I use Replicanto. I use Affordable Indicators trade copier, and they work awesome. They work. I know they work. It's just very simple. I know they work. And I do not have any experience on the trade copier built into deep charts. So I might get to the step where the trade copier is garbage and it's not usable platform at that point for me, and it might be an expensive experiment that might not have any value. So I'm just not there yet. You know, and an easy test for me would be once I get my cash account through Iron Beam set up on deep charts. I'll probably use that as my leader, and then I can trade copy to the Blue Sky eval that I have, or I'm sorry, the funded account that I have with Blue Sky. And I'll see how that kind of a little experiment goes. And then I can't add any of my PAs. I can't add any of my PAs to deep chart. So I would have to continue and finish off trading those PAs on NinjaTrader, because those are through Trade of 8. I would have to purchase, you know, 5 bundle of rhythmic end of day, throw them on there, see how that copy trading goes. I could do the same thing with Lucid. So I don't see me leaving NinjaTrader for the actual trading anytime soon, but it's getting close, because I'm gonna be honest with you, the trading, I don't know why, but I see things a lot easier and a lot cleaner. I don't know why. It's been a really good experience as of late. So we'll see how it goes. So how was everybody's weekend? So my middle daughter and my wife, they're in Orlando for a volleyball tournament, which left me at my daughter's softball tournament here in Naperville over this weekend. They ended up finishing off the bracket play as the 9th seed. I think out of 19 teams. Ended up winning their first game yesterday against the 8th seed. And they then faced the number 1 seed and beat them. It was a huge upset. And I mean, they played really, really well. Really, really well. Against a really good pitcher. And then they ended up losing their last game. It was close, but they ended up losing that one. But it was softball for me from 5:30 in the morning. I didn't get home until about 6:30 at night. Which hence my weekly, my Sunday weekly band video didn't come out till pretty late last night. So it was pretty full with softball. Oh, Nordic, sorry. Sorry, when for some reason the text, I have to hover over your text for it to say Addis or Addis X, because otherwise it says above or top X. Yeah, I downloaded the Addis version. I didn't download the Addis X. I think you told me that the next day. I think it was like on a Monday when you told me about the Addis X. And at that point, I was mentally drained already from kind of like the different platforms. So I have not looked at the Addix X version of it. So how many more trading days do we got left in June? Oh, just tomorrow. I don't know why, for some reason, I thought June had 31 days. All right, so we got two trading days left here in June. to make the best out of June we can. Yeah, Todd, I'll say I used to coach I coached both of my daughters in a lot of different sports. So at school, I was their coach for basketball, softball, and my wife actually coached the volleyball team for both of the girls. But my youngest daughter, she was on travel softball that I coached for at least 5 years. That is, I see some teams on some of how the parents treat some of the coaches, and it just makes me sick because the time and just emotional investment into a team is pretty severe. So she made the decision last season to call it quits, at least on the travel softball side. She really enjoys volleyball, and I always told all my kids, I'm not going to force you guys to do anything you guys don't want to do. It's a huge time commitment for us all. So that relieved my schedule tremendously, because it goes wintertime. It's pretty much 12 months. Well, it's probably 10 months out of the year. And if it's not practices 3-4 times a week, it's games 4 or 5 times a week. Obviously, I'm a real estate broker as well, so it was a very labor intensive time. But now the nice thing about not coaching is that I really just get to enjoy watching the games. I don't have to go to the practices anymore. I get to go sit there, put my folding chair down, and soak up some sun and watch the girls play softball. It's pretty great. Now, yesterday kind of sucked because, our first game was at 8 o'clock in the morning. We left the house here at about 5:30 in the morning. The tournament was about an hour away, and they get there an hour before the game starts. The thing that really sucked was we won our first game. We finished at 9:30. The next game wasn't until 12:30, so there's a 3-hour window that you're just kind of twiddling your thumbs. I did sneak away to the PGA Superstore, so I spent a good hour there, killing some time. So it's a long day. But then again, I mean, my wife, and like I said, she's in Orlando for my daughter's volleyball tournament, and it's the same thing. I mean, I think she started at 6:30 in the morning, and she didn't get back to the hotel till about 8 o'clock at night. Morning, Bob. And I just wanted to show you a setup that I saw early this morning. I actually came in, it was right around the time where I was most likely taking a shower in the morning to get ready for the day. But it was a very clear setup that, so we had a key level at the 42. So let me just put this key level. This is the key level from NinjaTrader. I'm sorry, not at the 42. Let me see what that was at. Hold on one second. I feel like I'm missing a level here. Well, anyways, can you guys see that? Oh, right there. Okay. So we had value area high that was actually sitting right at the time that this happened. Sitting right here. You guys can see we came in. Sellers completely absorbed the buyers here. You can see it very clearly on this wick right here. Obviously, nice big bubble that came in right there, which obviously caused the market to come up. We came right back down, and we tested the value area high exactly on this. This is where it was. This is now developing, so it's moved down a little bit. And once we got the tap right there, we saw that the same buyers came in right here, trapped these sellers. You had a very nice long potential to the upside, and there was a key level that was sitting right up here. I can't remember now what the hell it was, but I could have swore it was at the 42s, which is right here, and that's exactly where we went right up to. I mean, that was a pretty clear setup. I think there's got to be a way to auto center this. I just have not figured out. But again, I'm very limited on the deep dom. I'm currently on level 1 data, so again, I'm just waiting for that iron beam level 2 connection to hit. The market's gotten pretty soft here. I haven't used Rhythmic in years. I think my first Apex eval going back 3 years ago, maybe, was with a Rhythmic connection. So I assume that it's still the same. It's still the same process, right? You've got to log into that RTrader first. establish a connection within that, and then establish the connection inside of your platform. If anybody uses Rhythmic, if they can comment in the chat, I'd appreciate it. And then I trade always without our trader. So you don't need our trader anymore. Is that what you're saying, Nordic? Hi, FTDK. Not using... Okay, so Joe on my Signal group is saying not using it right now, but connection and NinjaTrader is the same as Trade of 8. Alex connects directly to Rhythmic. Indeed. Okay. Alright, well, hopefully that's the same... Hopefully it's the same scenario with... I should just... Let's just see what... I should just get a Lucid Rhythmic connection just so I'm... Just so when the live cash account comes through that I'm not struggling to set that up. Alright, just picked up a 50K Flex Rhythmic connection. I want to see if I can install that into the Deep Chart platform, just so I'm kind of up to speed. And then I might be able to also kind of mess around with their copy trader between Blue Sky and Lucid to see how that works. I think it should work fine, but... And then do you need to, if you purchase a new Rhythmic connection, do you need to log into Rhythmic to like sign the sign like the agreements or anything like that? I don't know, I've never done that before. I haven't done that in a long time. I guess I'll wait to see once they say that the account's up and running. Yes, sign the paperwork. Okay. So I gotta wait, I guess, for an email or something. We'll see what happens there. So my early prediction for the market today is I do believe we get close to that 30,260 area. I do see an upswing here today. That would, I guess, kind of be my early bias right now. There's kind of a few key areas that I'm personally looking at. So main one is going to be sitting in this seller unbalanced volume band between the 29,892 and the 29,858. We'd be looking for a short at this kind of this red line right here at the 29,881. Would be looking for a short in combination with a maybe sweep of this prior day high to the downside. But if we can break through this level and we start to see support down here, I think it'll be pretty free flowing up until what did I have marked out over here? The 30,263, which is going to be sitting way up here. 30,263, right around here. I even have this level as labeled a breakout level, where if we can get past that, we're going to be going into the range from last week, early last week. It's got its work cut out for it, though, to be honest with you. My main thought right now, again, is going to be this area right here. This is going to be a kind of a crucial spot for me to the upside. And then, let's see, down below, I don't really see. It's pretty free flowing down there. Yeah, to the downside, I don't really get interested into the 29,347s, 29,450 area. Which I believe I have that marked out in 450s. I don't. Mark this one off in red. And the 347s, which I believe is in this. No, it's not in that band. Yeah, it's right here. Okay, got that marked off. Morning, Tiger. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to go refresh my coffee. I'll be right back. Market opens in about 8 minutes. All right, nice little retracement here on the NQ. All right, less than 1 minute here for market open. Thanks, Joe, for that information. So it looks like the seller's got completely trapped right here. Might have had a brick wall there on the NQ. Let's see if they can, if buyers can continue to push here. So hopefully you guys can read this pretty good here. On that opening push, you saw a strong push here by sellers. Obviously, you can see the strong selling volume that came in. Once you see this wick come right back up, you know that these sellers right here now are trapped. And we got a nice little move back to the upside here. We got to this key level. You could see how buyers are continuing to try to push this market through. They end up breaking this level right here. Again, you get another strong volume bubble right here. But as of right now, these buyers are in a little bit of hurt right here. So this could be the retracement. Take some stops out right here, and you can maybe continue with your move back to the upside here. And this looks really busy on the on this chart here. So I'll stay right here for right now. Discuss with AI how to trade safely from 2,000 to 10K, also on a cash account. It says I should trade MES only and only 2 contracts until I marked calculated would be around 200 trades. That's some good. I use AI for my for pretty much all of my account management as well. I just figure might as well have all the brain power going after it. So I want to show you guys a kind of a clean, what I consider to be a clean setup here, even though it was pretty much off that opening move. I don't know why my trade confirmations are not showing up. In fact, you can't even see my screen, can you? Or you can't see my P&L either. I just don't know why. I guess I have to scrunch this up just a little bit. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, let's see. This is going to be a little scary, but let's see if I can do this. I don't know why it's so... Well, like that. Like that. Like that. Okay, now I gotta scrunch this side of the screen. I could probably... There we go. Oh, that actually worked. All right. I'm pretty impressed. All right, now you guys can see my whole screen, I think. Now the only thing I need to figure out is how I can get my execution done here. They show up on the NQ chart. I just don't know why they're not showing up on the MS chart, on the ES chart. Well, anyways, it just, again, if we do kind of the comparison, here's the ES on how I'm looking at the, oh, sorry. This is the ES on NinjaTrader, okay, with that bubble platform. Now let's just kind of look at the difference here on deep charts. Just a lot cleaner, right? It's just giving me the information I need. So same thing. We tapped in this case. Again, all the VWAP people are going to come out of the woodworks right here, but we did tap into VWAP there. It's not really what I was looking at, but you can see how sellers attempted. You could see a red bubble. You can see it actually better. The NQ shows it a little bit better, so maybe I just got to do my sorry, Jesus. I got to do my settings on the ES for a little bit better, because the NQ shows the chart on NinjaTrader very similar to what like the ES look like. So you got yourself strong selling pressure down here. As this wick was retracing back up, okay, as it was retracing back up, what did we see? We then saw big buying pressure come in, okay? I ended up taking a long right here with 2 contracts. We then come right back up. Now this is a high value node right here in fair value, not really paying attention to that. What do I see? I see sellers, I see buyers pushing here, but I paused, okay? I didn't do anything with my order. My stop loss was sitting right here. My entry was right here. And my TP was at the top of fair value. It was down here. So let me just put a line here, somewhere right around here, somewhere right in this ballpark. Again, if I have my executions, I will try to figure out how to get that on there. It's just a setting somewhere. So I didn't do anything, okay? I just let the 2 micros just kind of play out. And all I wanted to see was a continuation of this, because this is going to be 2 things: either sellers getting absorbed, or buyers being absorbed, or buyers going to show continued strength. And once we broke here, I added another 2 contracts, and I closed both of my positions right here, or maybe it was like somewhere right here, because I hit TP on that one. And 4 micro contracts in total, $268 on the funded account with Blue Sky. So that's what I was looking at. And again, you can see it on both platforms. The NQ shows it a little bit better. I probably have to adjust my ES settings in here, because this is really, really busy. Let me just see what this is at, because it should be... Yeah, minimum volume floor is 150, so that's not... I mean, that's setting super high, in my opinion, but... You got to filter some of these out a little bit better to make it a little bit more usable on NinjaTrader. And now this is just, again, just showing strength here coming in once again. And just like this right here, you know, you could kind of see the same thing. So we broke out of this ledge right here. It's kind of hard to see it, but there is 2 big volume bubbles right here for buyers. Again, this would be a scenario where you don't necessarily have to buy right here. But here's a great confirmation. You come right back down, and now's a great time to buy and get the continued push. And stop could be sitting somewhere right behind here. Again, more buyers coming in. I know it's a little hard to see. I'm going to try to work on getting these bubbles to be a little bit clearer. But my bias was a push to the upside, and you could kind of just tell where the market wants to go. Now on the NQ side of things, I'd like to see what kind of reaction we get right here at the 29,881. Because now we're going to be going into some areas here that the NQ could struggle with, where it's not going to be as free-flowing. And the main point of interest for me is sitting right here. Right here. Let's see. So my settings on the NQ for my deep trades is I've got the minimum filter at 110 on the NQ. And for the ES, and this is just kind of based too on volatility, so you kind of have to be, you know, this is a moving target on these settings because on the ES we're sitting at 150. Yeah, in case people don't read the chat, so Tiger Trades is stating that if you take out get a brokerage account with Optimus Futures, they are I don't want to call them discount broker, but they are kind of in between the discount. I would say probably closer to like TradeStation margins. So Optimus Futures with a minimum of 500 will give you, or he believes it'll give you a full version of deep charts. I asked them if no monthly cost apply, we'll let you know. So that's one thing to look out for. From my understanding on just what I've been reading on a shit ton of Reddits and whatever information I can dig up, because I'm in pretty big research mode right now. Let's just take a look, pop back over here. So now what's telling you here now? So we had some sellers finally stepping in. Now let's see if they get absorbed. I want want to take a look and see what we got on the ES 74.95. So sitting right here, I could draw a line here. This is where my box is at for my unbalanced volume, 74.95. So that could be a target that the market might want to come up to. So already these sellers got absorbed. Let's see if they continue the push here. Now I'd like to see something showing me some continued strength here by buyers, which we do get. Keep an eye on the NQ here too. Oh, that's a good neck crack right there. Nice flip candle right there. Shows you the exact same thing right here. Again, just looking to see if I can get any type of confirmation here from buyers. And also, I don't know, again, I don't know if this is data issues. All right, so now what are we seeing here? Again, this is why we kind of wait here, see if we can get some confirmation that buyers are really trying to push forward. They right now just got trapped up here. But I think all intentions are hitting this 74.95 level. And it could be pretty fierce after this area right here. It should go pretty quickly. But again, we'd like to see something. Not a good sign right there. Pop over to the NQ here. You kind of see how that That saved us here from a pretty nasty trade. Also, I'd like to see if they have some kind of overlay for the instrument, so you guys can see the instrument a little more clearly. Okay, right now sellers have got some good control here. Back to the ES here. And what I was trying to say about the DOM down here, it does seem kind of laggy right now. This is the first time I see it in like real market conditions, so it's not as smooth. But I have seen several times a message pop up saying that my data is delayed. And again, I think it's because I am on level 1 through blue sky. I cannot see very far up or down on the DOM. So I think that this might improve dramatically once I do get the level 2. But an area obviously that that this is showing of area of liquidity is the 7460s. So we'll kind of plot that 7460s, which we just kind of tapped right into, sitting kind of like right here. So we'll see here if the okay, you can see sellers again stepping back in. Let's see if buyers can absorb this or not. Doing a decent job of it right now. Let's see if they can follow through here, though. Pretty strong push here from sellers. Let's take a look at the news, see what's going on in that front. U.S. Secretary of State Rubio and U.S. Envoy Witkoff to brief House and Senate Iran today. Oh, shit. Oh, boy. All right, so might have some kind of piece of news coming out here. Seller's really attacking here. All right, so we'll see what kind of confirmation or flip I can get here at this 29,513 level. Looking to try to hopefully take it right back to the 29,612. Oh, that's a big move. I don't need all that. That's where it could go. That is where it could go, but I definitely don't need all of that move. ATR is at 55, so it's possible. You just gotta be careful here because you could get a huge wick. Ooh, got in a little under that one. I don't know what got filled there or not. Come on. Come on. Don't do the retest here. Let's go. Let's pop this guy up a little bit too. Around here. Come on. Don't retest here. I don't think I got... I must have gotten filled in on everything here. Shit. There it goes. There it goes. Oh, it's that damn retest that's been killing me. So close there. So damn close. And that was a great flip right there. Fudgers. Fudgers, fudgers. $37 points. All right, well, seller's still looking pretty strong, though. And I don't think I got filled originally on my first position here. Yeah, some accounts did not get filled. But most of them took a $400 loss. Most importantly, my cash account. All right, gave that one a shot. If anything, we're looking pretty dumpy. So, kind of have to react here. Shoot. Trying to get involved in a short here, but not really seeing anything. Not seeing anything yet that I could take. We got a little bit of distance, okay. Okay, okay. What the fuck is that? Come on, let's go. Give me a drop. I don't know what the deal is with those apex. Oh my god. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Who? No. Yeah, right now my leader count is my cash. Can't freaking believe how nasty that was. Right there to target. NQ. Killing me, buddy. This is going to probably melt to the 29 350s. I don't necessarily think that this band here can support this price action to the downside now. Well, I gave it a valiant effort there. I guess maybe I should have just waited for the full pullback to the key level. That probably would have been the best trade plan there. I don't think this is going to support here. I think we're going to hit these 350 areas. I don't know if I got it marked down here. Yeah, right here. This is where we go down to. Well, I hit my daily loss on my cash account, so I'm at negative 800 bucks. And so are all my funded, so that really stinks. Yeah, I think the better plan here would have been just to kind of wait, I guess, and obviously it's in hindsight, so it's better to have just waited for that confirmation right there. There we go. Now, beyond this point here, beyond this point right here, the market could be it's got a lot of room. It's got a lot of room to the downside. That wasn't going to be the target. Not happy with that one. Maybe a decrease in position size. I can have a little bit more space for that move. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Let's see what would have been. Yeah, so that would have probably been the better play. I entered in on this flip right here. I was just looking for a retracement right there. That was my flip. That was pretty much my entry. And my stop was sitting right above here. I'm on the 60 range, so I have a 20-point stop, which I don't like to have, but you kind of need it in this market. But this would have been the best, was just to let it retest. You got the flip. Your stop sits above here, and it does not get hit on that move. It's a real big dump. I wouldn't have held it the whole way, but I definitely would have been targeting somewhere around here. It's annoying. All right, I'll be right back. Yeah, that was tough. We saw the moves, but just not the right entries, not the right entry points. Let's take a look over here. I don't got any more bullets on my fundeds or on my cash account. And it looks like 4 evals got blown on Apex. Those are on 2 E-minis there. $1,600 loss. Actually, they closed out before 1,600. Oh, it sucked. You can see sellers stepping in there. Let's see if they're trapped here or not. Now we got to see some kind of confirmation from buyers here if they want to continue this push up. greatest V shape. More like a Y or a U. Okay, so we might have some trap sellers here. Now let's see if we get any type of all right, buyers coming in here. All right, we can make that play right there. It's a good stop. Let's see if the buyers continue on here or not. I know you guys can't see the buyer bubble, but it's there. There we go, that makes it easier. Makes it easier to see. Let's go risking $115 of my $265 in profit. So we'll see if we can get to target here. I like what I saw there on the footprint. Not really getting any signs of sellers coming in yet. Nice TP. I don't know. I just see it so much easier on this platform. I really do. Not nervous about stops, not nervous about TPs. Obviously, my position size is one thing. It's much less than the E-minis on the NinjaTrader. So now this would give you a sign of pause here, right? If buyers are going to continue, we want to see them bust through here. Get rid of this guy. We don't need him in here anymore. But if we start seeing selling pressure here, that usually will mean exhaustion here by buyers. Supreme Court, Trump cannot fire Fed Gov Cook. Okay. Nasty day. Nasty, nasty, nasty day. Dang it. Well, how's everybody else doing? I took my max loss for the day on the cash accounts, which is my leader account. So my fundeds are all down 800, 837, 837, 837, 847, 836. Cash is down 823. So no more trading on the Ninja for me. Steve's red. J-Love's, I assume, is red. Let's pop this guy in here. Let's get this signal rolling. Take care, Tiger. Crummy day. Crummy morning. All right, we are all in. All right, guys, I think I'm going to call it a day. I'm obviously not going to be taking any more trades on my cash account, so, and I'm up pretty good. I'm up 400 and, I don't know, I think it was like 400 bucks in the blue sky. But again, seeing the moves right, just I guess position size was a little bit higher for today. Need a little bit more space on my stops for sure.